Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. I have some exciting news. I have actually partnered up with Busr Sportsbook, and we have an amazing limited-time offer just for you. If you're into gambling, check this out. They have a sign-up 150% bonus. That's right. It's only for 24 hours after you sign up. But if you make a deposit within that 24 hours, you'll get a 150% bonus. Put in $100, you get $150. Put in $1,000, you'll get an additional $1,500, up to $2,500. Now check this out. It's not just football because, you know, we're dealing with the playoffs and Super Bowl right now. It goes on just that. We're talking about football, basketball, baseball, hockey, more. Hell, I heard that like in The Sopranos that they would gamble on 2 cockroaches running up the wall. But no, in all seriousness, they even have live in-game betting as well. So don't miss out on this incredible offer. To take advantage of this, check out the description. I'll have a clickable link in there, and I'll also pin it into the tab. I'm Mark Holmes, and I appreciate you guys, and go Cowboys.
Years, this is what I have learned. It is an interesting whole turn and series of events, though, because what hard-hitting questions to your guy Aaron Rodgers. He seemingly said this morning he was not going to San Francisco. Is that an accurate read from your standpoint? New haircut, AJ Hawk?
I am unaware of the interview that Aaron did with Colton Nost, but I never thought San Francisco was really even in the picture, was it?
Well, I think a lot of people in San Francisco were potentially thinking about a veteran quarterback making their way there. Tom Brady was the one that everybody thought might end up in San Francisco because of his affinity for the team as a child. Obviously, we have that photo as him as a young buck with the 49ers jacket on.
Wait for it.
His face being held in his mom's arms, and they love the Niners. That's how it got him into football. Obviously, Montana and everything like that. They're going to need a quarterback for at least a couple months of the season if they're not going to go with Brock Purdy, who obviously has a torn ACL, not nerve damage like it was reported at halftime by Terry Bradshaw. He has to get Tommy John 6 to 9 months recovery, let alone on the back end of that whole thing, what it's going to be like. Trey Lance obviously going to get his opportunity to be a guy again, or were they going to go with a veteran quarterback? Everybody was hoping maybe Tom Brady, now hoping maybe Aaron Rodgers. Colton Nost this morning on the hole-in-one challenge, I believe, asked Aaron before he teed off if he's going to San Francisco or if you liked having a star on the side of his helmet for Dallas Cowboys. He said, I'm not going to San Fran. Then he hit the ball. Does that mean he's going to Dallas?
What?
I don't know. What do you think of? Isn't Jerry saying they're about to extend?
Aaron Rodgers and
Stephen Jones said they would like to extend Dak Prescott. I believe Jerry said they were looking at a potential quarterback.
Drafting one every year.
Sure. Drafting a quarterback. Yeah, Jerry Jones said the Cowboys are committed to drafting a quarterback. He said he should have committed to drafting one every year years ago. Now, remember, Jerry Jones has been running the Cowboys draft 55 years.
Yep, that's right.
So him saying now I'm drafting a quarterback every single year and I should have done this years ago is awesome, fantastic. He's like, over the years, this is what I have learned. It is an interesting whole turn and series of events, though, because what Steven's saying, I think, is a make good for what Jerry said to Dak and Dak's people, but Dak has zero guaranteed money on the books after 2023. So Stephen Jones coming out and saying that they are looking to extend Dak, and Dak is the quarterback of the future, is big news for not only the Cowboys, but for Dak's people in a leverage standoff.
Yeah, and for Jerry, too, he just lost to Brock Purdy. And the Niners traded up to get Trey Lance. That was their guy. What do they do the next year? They draft another dude, and he turns out to be the guy who was leading them to the NFC Championship.
Say Aaron's not in the NFC next year. Where's Dak as far as quarterbacks in the NFC go?
People have forgotten how fucking good he is.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
The Niners defense did what the Niners defense did to him. Now,
wow.
What the Philadelphia Eagles were able to accomplish against that Niners defense was certainly an ass beating. And did they maybe tap out because they couldn't attempt
they didn't have a quarterback
pass on the offensive side of the ball, which is certainly a detriment to your team being able to win. But Dak Prescott, I think he had the most touchdowns over a series of the year this year after like week 12 towards the end of it. He's had success. He's done well. But everybody remembers what you've done for me lately, and they're the Cowboys. Do you think the Dak criticism is fair or unfair, Darius J. Butler?
Fair. Comes with the position. That's what you sign up for, especially on America's team.
Oh, America's team.
He played 12 games, led the league in interceptions, had that streak where he was, turning the ball over.
7 straight.
Yeah, we talk about all the time. The ball is a program, regardless of what else you do. So yeah, the criticism is definitely fair for Dak.
All right. What the hell is up, good people in the house? It's Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. So, we already open for, damn. I forgot to turn this stuff off this morning. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit hyped. Let me ask you guys, hold, before we get into everything, NPC, I want to understand about this gray alien stuff, man. I don't know what you mean by it. Yeah, and shout out to you because you've been on my cooking channel. Am I cooking for people in outer space now? Let me know what it is, specialty-wise, I need to cook for aliens, okay? But listen. See, we got all you Eagle fans in here. Eagle fans, I know you guys are defecating all over the place, and then you're eating horse dung and everything. You're getting ready for the Super Bowl. Congratulations, okay? Congratulations. And since you guys are so sure that you gonna win the Super Bowl, I got a deal for you, bro. I got a deal for you. You see up here, BUSR. Gambling, sportsbook, trusted. They got a special for you, dude. Special. If you sign up with BUSR and deposit at least $100 the first 24 hours, up to $2,500, they will give you an additional 150%. 150%. So you put in $100, you got $250 to bet on the Eagles. You put in a G, you got another $150,000 to go. 150. I'm sorry, 1,500. 1,500. Okay, but wait, because you acted now today until the 6th. I mean, you got 3 more days. They're gonna pick one new client and give them $1,000 extra to bet. So definitely check out the description there. Get your betting on. All right, good people. I'm excited for a multitude of reasons. Okay, for a multitude of reasons here. Okay, and it wasn't about this idea that Aaron Rodgers is coming to the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, hell no. It's not that Eastside Harold thinks that he's going to be able to get with my daughter, who was actually featured on YouTube's homepage for Black History Month, along with 39 others. Shout out to my wonderful daughter. And I'm still trying to find out NPCs talking about his DNA drawn from a man. I don't understand that. I don't understand it. But wait, there's more, because today was a huge day, because the power company, since I got the inspection done in October, I've been waiting to get electricity at the red brick house. Today they called me this morning and said, hey bro, we're here, we got the cable hooked up, but we need to get into the house. And I'm like, why didn't you call me and let me know? I've been there, but I'm gonna jet my ass down there. And I did, and we got a meter, we got electricity in there, so we're gonna start working on that. Oh, Ghost Rider, you just one of the people that I'm looking forward to. I love you guys. I really love you guys, okay? But before we get into all of this, I gotta say shout out for the reason why y'all are really here. It's the damn ladies. I know Tay Cowboys is up in here. What's up, Tay? I know Roland's Review is up in the house. And then there's Miss Hot Sauce Lola. We all burning for Lola. Let's see which one of the other ladies in the place with the style and grace. I got Gina Dallas Diva. What's up, Gina? I'm glad to see I Love Weed, man. You know what? When I Love Weed doesn't show up in here, man, everybody goes crazy and say, hey, you seen I Love Weed? I don't know if everybody thinks he's a weed man or whatever, so they want to get some, but they worry about you, I Love Weed. All right, so let's get into this mess right now. You know what? Oh, Christine Marie. What's up, Christine? shout out to another lovely lady in the place with the style. You know, and now I'm finding out. You know, I got like a great letter from my wife printed out, but thing's so small. I got this is from a fan. This is James Barnett. He's in England. He's in England getting bitch slapped by Eagle fans. It's crazy, right? So we got fans that are in England. I got my man who's in South Korea and everything else. And every morning he has to drive going to base by the border and everything else. So I'm like, wow, I got people all across the world. Now I got NPC let me know that we got aliens in here. We are literally universal around it. This mother humper. Okay, let's get to it. You know what? I am sick and tired of people that talk about how bad Dak Prescott is. Dak Prescott is literally trash. Dak Prescott's the worst quarterback in the NFL. You know what I say? I'm going to keep fighting you. You know, I almost enjoy every time one of you trolls, like Ghost Rider up here, Dak sucks. You're just an idiot. Another video about Dak Prescott. You watch them though, ain't you, bro? You watching every single one of them. And I'm going to keep bringing the truth to you guys because you don't want to listen to the real truth. Now, first of all, if Dak Prescott was leading the league in interceptions, and the offense was like, you know, the Texans where we only scored 17 points a game, I would say that's okay. But I'm sorry. You know, this whole bullshit, Dak ain't elite. Ain't nobody elite with the 28th offensive line in win percentage in pass blocking. You know what the Kansas City Chiefs offensive line is? Do you? Numero uno. Do you know what offensive line is the best ranked offensive line in football? Do you, hold on. Brother, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, let me do a mic check.
Mic sound nice, check 1. My mic sound nice, check 2. My mic sound nice, check 3. Are you ready?
Eastside, until you win at least 5 games, I'm going to hate on your team. I'm going to hate on your team until you win at least 5 games in a season, okay? That's right. That's right. I'm going to hate on your team. But I'm going to hate on your team because they really aren't a team. They're just a group of guys that are on the field on football Sundays. No, actually, but see, I didn't. You know, I've been staying away from the sodas, been cutting down on the sugar and stuff, and been eating a little bit better. Although I did kind of eat a Wendy's burger on the way home today, but still.
It's okay once a week.
And I actually I did have coffee on the way home too. So I did have that. But I'm still excited because Michael Anthony Fitness, Reaction Gig Economy, Electrician, and Stinking Sports Entertainment, and da-da-dunt, da-da-dunt.
Damn, Gina.
And falling through the floor at the Red Brick House Fitness is back. Mike, I missed you, son. I've missed you being here. You weren't here when we lost to the 49ers to say there was time for one more play. We needed the meltdown.
There was no, you can't melt down when your fans the same as you did last year.
Okay.
We can't even make it to the championship round of the playoffs.
All right. We
can't even make it to the championship round of the playoffs.
You're not okay. Well, Mark, you can put some food down, bro. Actually, the funny thing is, Sky High, when I cook and stuff for Sunday, I don't actually eat that much. I know it doesn't look. I know it looks like I eat a lot. I know that, but actually, I really don't. You know, the chicken wings. I might get 1 or 2. I will eat a piece of the big sub, but for the most part, I am running around like a crazy man trying to get the stuff done for everybody else because that's what we do. That's what we do here. But anyway, the Dallas Cowboys, couple of things. I've started doing a couple of different things. And, you know, you got to throw shit on the wall and see if it sticks. You know, if it sticks, then the Eagles will probably come by and eat it. You know, when you throw shit on the wall, the Eagle fans will eat it. But I've been trying a couple of things. And one of those things is doing like a new segment that's the craziest shit I've heard today. Because when you're a Dallas Cowboy fan, you hear a lot of crazy shit. let's be clear here. Wouldn't you agree with that, Mike?
Yep.
What's up, Aisha Robinson? Aisha, I hope you're doing better. When you were on the cooking channel the other night, everybody was concerned about you. I know that Help Me Rhonda was looking for you to make sure that everything was cool and everything else. Can I make you a card? I don't know what kind. You email me and tell me what kind of cards you mean. I mean, I got a piece of paper that we could fold it like a card. You know, want me to do that but anyway, let me know what you want. Just email me. The email address is right down there. CowboysMark94 Gmail. Have you wondered, since Mike McCarthy has, gotten rid of Kellen Moore, there's a couple of things. But how do you feel about that, Mike? Are you happy that there's no more Kellen Moore?
Yeah. It's like the players.
Even though now all of a sudden he's a genius and everybody wants him, that he's going to take Justin Herbert and he's going to be a Super Bowl champion.
There's a rumor out there that the players want him gone too. There's a rumor.
I find it actually kind of strange that I haven't heard anybody who's sad or anybody that's gone out and said thank you. Are you trying to say that nobody liked him and they wanted him gone?
Well, him and Dak Prescott weren't the best of friends.
Well, which is funny because you remember years ago we heard that Dak Prescott,
even though Kellen Moore was part of the reason why we got Dak Prescott.
Okay,
but
interesting.
That brings up a good question. Did they throw the game so they can get rid of Kellen Moore?
I hadn't thought of that one. I had not thought of that one. Okay,
because Mike McCarthy told him. What did Mike McCarthy say about Kellen Moore? About he's the one in charge of the play calling, basically throwing Kellen Moore to the wolves.
Yeah, true. But now you got me thinking. You got me thinking.
At least on the offensive side, defense played, other than Diggs dropping the ball, played actually really well.
Okay,
the defense played really well.
Here's my thing. Okay, for Ghost Rider, you're saying Eagles going to lose. So I'm assuming that you're a Cowboys fan.
Well, who's winning the MVP? Because since 1999, when Kurt Warner won the MVP and went to the Super Bowl, his last one to do it.
Okay,
and it hasn't been one in the 21st century.
All right. Well, but here's my thought.
East side.
Yeah, DeMeco Ryans wants to come back home to Houston. Yeah, unfortunately, here's the reality. Unfortunately, minority candidates only get the opportunities in shit franchises. That seems to be that's the way it is. You get the worst jobs. Lovie Smith got it last year, and to see how long it helped. Now, you see what they did to Lovie Smith? Minority candidates get the worst jobs, okay? They become the scapegoat, then they move on to somebody else. Paula Bettis, what's up? So hopefully it won't destroy DeMeco Ryans, man who's done incredible things with the San Francisco's defense. But here's the thing, like my Ghost Rider. Okay, you know what? I will go to the damn mat for Dak Prescott and stop all this bullshit. Did Dak have a bunch of interceptions this year? Yes, he did. I'm not going to lie and say he didn't. But guess what? People have years where they have interceptions. That stuff rises and falls. That some of the great ones, believe it or not, have turnovers. Now, the difference is he can straighten up and fly right, too. They didn't kill him having a few turnovers. We still scored a lot of points. But here's my thing, because it pissed me off this morning before I got on the road. But I'm listening to ESPN, where they constantly talk about these elite quarterbacks. I'm trying to find out, maybe NPC, maybe they're aliens. I don't know. Because I honestly say, I don't know where these elite quarterbacks that elevate the teams are. Because I thought that was Aaron Rodgers. Isn't that supposed to be one of those guys? You know, Aaron Rodgers, who didn't comment about whether or not he's coming to the Cowboys.
He ain't coming to the Cowboys.
But
not with Mike McCarthy.
But is he considered elite? Because I know Cowboy fans. Let's go get Aaron Rodgers, right? Is he elite?
I would say he was, but he fell off.
Because I'm sitting here.
I would say he was, but he fell off. At one point in his career, he was.
Okay, well,
but he's not anymore.
Because I couldn't see. You know, I would have figured that he would have been elite enough to beat the Lions. But then again, people go through and they say, but the Lions were playing good. They were a good team. Oh my God! It's like, do you people hear yourselves?
The Lions almost made to the playoffs.
Devin Stacy. Shout out to Devin Stacy. You got right to you jumped ahead. You jumped ahead for me right there. I appreciate you, bro. Because I was going to get to that part of it. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Okay. So.
Yeah, because Lions were.
He's the lead for greasy hair. Oh, I love weave. Pass that Dutchie from the left, man. Pass that Dutchie from the left. Because here's the thing. I'm trying to understand where they talk about it. Because they said, well, you know, Pat Mahomes, you know, he lost his receivers. But you know what Pat Mahomes did not lose last week? Do you know what Pat Mahomes did not lose last week?
Well,
besides his offensive line? Besides his all-pro
and maybe
tight end?
And maybe injured foot. He
didn't lose Tony Romo on his, and he didn't lose the officials.
Well, yeah.
He didn't lose the officials. I tell you that. He damn sure did not lose the officials.
There was some calls there was a couple of calls. Joe Burrow roughing the passer on Joe Burrow.
I mean,
that was a holding call that they missed.
There was a whole, you know, and the way that Tony Romo was just kissing up. He was just kissing up to Kansas City Chiefs and all that. Okay.
Dun-a-dun.
Damn, Gina. Okay.
In the house.
Okay. He didn't lose any of those. But I will give you, I'll say, okay, Pat Mahomes does elevate it. But if you truly say that a quarterback elevates the team, how come he's not winning that Super Bowl every year? Were they in the Super Bowl last year?
I think, the last time he was in the Super Bowl, didn't he lose to Tom Brady?
They did.
I'll give him a pass for that one.
But I mean, I guess he meant to Super Bowl. But okay.
I'll give him a pass for that one because it was a home game for Tampa Bay.
Well, let me say this to all of the Oscar. Shout out. My respect to NFL Texas team, bro. Way to go, bro. You know, I feel so energetic tonight. My God. I must have gotten shocked by the electricity at the Red Brick House. I must have gotten shocked. But listen. For all those out there that are hating on Dak Prescott and telling me he's garbage, okay? You know, and that think that you're going to get me to change my mind, trust me, bro. Trust me. You know how long I worked on getting my wife? You know how many years I wore her ass down before she married me? I met her in 1984. I married her in 2004. 20 years, bro. 20 years. You can't. You won't. I won't let you wear my ass down. I will be here taking care of my quarterback, telling the truth. Because, see, the jackasses out there act like Dak Prescott throws interceptions like Carson Wentz has his whole career. One year he's got interceptions. And now, you got to get rid of him. He's a turnover machine. What if they said that about Matthew Stafford? Because I don't think y'all realize, looking at the statistics of Matthew Stafford, look at this. His first year, 20 interceptions. Third year, 16, 17, 19. Dude's living in the upper teens. And then last year, 17. Oh, but wait, there's more.
Yeah, there's more.
How about, because see, here's what's funny. Because y'all talk about Dak Prescott. Do you guys out there know that Peyton Manning didn't win a Super Bowl until his 8th year? 8th year. Uh-oh. We're getting the freeze up again. Hang on. We're still alive, but I got to go ahead and hit the taskmaster. But Peyton Manning, the great Peyton Manning, okay, didn't win the Super Bowl until his 8th year. And if we say Peyton Manning is elite and elevates the team, then how come he didn't win a Super Bowl till his 8th year? And have you seen some of these numbers of interceptions?
You know who his coach was?
Tony Dungy.
That's right.
Would you believe that Peyton Manning, his rookie year, had 28 interceptions? And then had 15, and then 23, 19. First 5 years. 28, 15, 23, and 19. By all the talking heads and all you Dak Prescott haters, okay, you would have gotten rid of Peyton Manning. You would have gotten rid of Peyton Manning. What's up, Miss Gibson? Oh, Brad new. Brad, are you new here?
I don't remember.
But you know what?
Goddamn thing.
Matthew Stafford wasn't a Super Bowl. If he was the guy they talk about, how come he didn't take the Detroit Lions to the Super Bowl? Are we honestly going to look at the team that the Rams basically traded every draft pick they had to get talent on the team and say that the Dallas Cowboy team right here, right now, had as much talent as that that Ram team? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Because here's the thing. You look at, like I pointed out, the Kansas City Chiefs, their pass blocking offensive line is number 1 in win percentage. That means they're really good. Really good. The Eagles' offensive line, collectively, run and pass, is the best in football. Now, let me ask you this. For you guys that are sitting here hating on Dak Prescott, telling him he sucks, because I'm going to tell you, you can bring Aaron Rodgers here with this exact same team, and I bet you don't win as many games next year. I bet you. Because Aaron Rodgers went from being MVP last year, losing one receiver, and they lose to the Lions to get it, where they had a chance to get the playoffs.
All they do is
you lost to the Lions. Okay? It's no disgrace losing to San Francisco, a team that actually went out there and said, we're going to get talent. Because I'm going to ask you, do you see Noah Brown starting on the Eagles or Kansas City? Do you honestly say that guy's as good as anybody on those teams? Do you look at Dalton Schultz and say Dalton Schultz is as good as the tight ends that are over there on those two teams? I guarantee you don't. Do you look at the offensive line and say that offensive line is as good as any of those out there? Because by your logic, the only thing that matters is on a football Sunday, it should be just a quarterback versus a quarterback. Because you don't need an offensive line. You don't need wide receivers. It's just the quarterback. If the quarterback does not have time to throw the damn ball, if he literally has people in his face or draped on him where he is hurried to throw the football to wide receivers that are like Clifford freaking Franklin, you can't expect him to be Pat Mahomes. Are you that stupid that you don't realize that? Now get it. I don't want to see the interceptions, but the man broke his thumb and still was averaging 32 points a game with garbage-ass receivers other than CeeDee Lamb. Noah Brown had more yards than one-legged Michael Gallup. Because that was a stupid thing. Stupid Jerry Jones decision to say, let's save some money and get rid of Amari Cooper, okay? And the money that we save, we're going to spend it on Michael Gallup. Because you take the $12 million that you paid him and the $6 million in dead money, you could have had Amari Cooper.
Or Wilson, who played really good. Played really good.
$7 million is what Cedric Wilson, the year before, had more yards. Listen to this.
He played good.
Let me say this. Let me say this because this lets you know how bad everybody else was out there. Cedric Wilson had more yards the year before than Noah Brown did, Michael Gallup,
Well, Michael Gallup was
or Dalton Schultz.
well. He stepped up. No.
Cedric Wilson would have been our second best receiver on the team.
Cedric Wilson stepped up when Michael Gallup got injured.
I know that. But what did Jerry do? We need some value. And value goes back to what Jerry Jones basically has done. Okay.
You only got value on the defense.
Listen.
Now on the offense.
You keep getting sold a bill of bullshit.
When it comes to the offense.
No, when it comes to Dak Prescott. Because they don't say, well, the offense doesn't score points, so do they, with Dak Prescott? They don't say the offense doesn't score points in the red zone, do they? Right? All they got is he's thrown interceptions. If he threw interceptions and the offense was anemic like some of these other teams, I'd say, yeah, they go hand and foot together. But they don't.
Well, they keep hollering.
You average 10 more points. Oh, could Cooper rush it?
But he is part of the reason why I made it to the playoffs. Dak Prescott was injured. But he's not the only reason I made it to the playoffs, but he was part of the recipe. He won 4 games for us, 4 out of the 5. That kept us in the playoffs.
Yes, he did. But you know what?
But he was part of the recipe. He wasn't the only reason why we made it, but he's part of the recipe.
He was part of the recipe when the defense was playing lights out.
And that's the thing, though. The defense started slacking when Dak Prescott came back. We can agree on that.
Dak is Kirk Cousins part 2. Hate to say so, but it's true. I will give you that we had the turnovers. But once you lost Tony Pollard, Zeke wasn't it. You couldn't run the football. You couldn't block. You had one receiver.
And that was Kellen Moore's fault.
And oh my God, Kellen, Mr. Comeback root his damn self. Oh my God.
Kellen Moore, just like Jason Garrett, when we go off the script, like Tony Pollard gets injured, he don't know what to do.
Okay, and so now I saw somebody say, "Go get Lamar Jackson."
He has he's dealing with knee problems.
Now, let me say this: pro football. You know the boys at pro. Oh, Queen. I missed Queen Bella. Okay, Mike wrote it down. You got Queen Bella, didn't you? Yeah, he got it. I'm sorry. You know, Queen Bella, I get excited and I lose perspective. But Michael Anthony Fitness, Reaction, Gig Economy, Electrician, Stinking Sports Entertainment, Damn Gina, Fiance Extraordinaire, and anything else that you put in there. He is the jack of all trades and the master of none, but he is better than the master of just one because he can take care of everything. He can handle all your shit. So I'm sorry, but but Bella, he got it for you. Okay, he got it for you. But Lamar Jackson, here's what's kind of crazy.
He has knee problems.
But no, you know what they're estimating for his contract to be? They're looking at a 5-year, $52 million a year. I was like $52 million a year.
He got Dak Prescott for about 40
with 206 guaranteed
with no knee problems.
But I'm sitting here like, hello.
RG3 all over again.
Have you seen?
The man is RG3 all over again when it comes to injuries.
And people don't seem to understand.
The man is injured.
He got one playoff win.
Dak Prescott got 2, maybe 3.
He got one playoff win.
Dak Prescott has at least 2.
So, y'all think? Yeah. Let me see if I got it straight for you, Dak Prescott haters. Let me see if I got this straight. Y'all believe if we just go get Lamar Jackson that we're gonna win the Super Bowl because he's winning the Super Bowl every year with Jim Harbaugh, a coach who's won 2 Super Bowls. Am I right on that? Am I right on that? Because that seems to be y'all just grasp for straws. Lamar Jackson has taken a lot of hits, so now they're beginning to accumulate where
his knees.
He's not performing the whole season. He couldn't play down the stretch. You understand that, right?
He wasn't good enough to play in the playoffs. He still was dealing with his knees.
He wasn't good enough to play the last month of the season into the playoffs.
But he couldn't even play in the playoffs. He's like, my knees. My knees are still bothering me.
Yeah. And I want you to let's pull this up here real quick. Okay, Lamar Jackson statistics. Okay, that's games, seasons. Now, he doesn't have a lot of interceptions. But total TDs, he's got the 1 year he had 36. His second year, 26 and 20, 16 and 21, and 17. So in 21, he had 16 TD passes and 13 interceptions. His completion percentage is 58, 66, 64, averaging 63.
Well, he did come in for Joe Flacco.
Y'all.
His rookie year.
Aliens what is going on here? We got aliens are real. We got my man NPC talking about he's gray, half alien, and what the hell's going on?
Stick to football.
We got Chinese spy balloons floating over the country. What the hell's going on out here? Okay. I'm sorry. You put Lamar Jackson behind this offensive line with the lack of weapons because that's his problem in Baltimore.
That's why he runs a lot.
Is he doesn't have weapons.
He runs
and guess
a lot.
what?
He runs a lot.
And they ain't winning shit.
And that's why his knees are so bad because he runs so much.
Oh, Keith, of course Romo would have won that game because he always wins those playoff games. He's always great in the playoffs.
What happened to that one playoff game?
You know what? He would have won 3 or 4 Super Bowls if he'd win with the Cowboys.
What happened to that one playoff game where he held the ball?
Oh, my God.
That was in the playoff.
Oh, my God. I'm sorry. You revisionist history Cowboy fans are killing me. You're killing me, Petey. You're killing me. What's up, Game Time? The mailman is Game Time. I should have had you in here because I'm sitting here. I'm fighting, man. I'm fighting these damn. Okay, the hate is real. Okay, I'm not saying I don't love Romo, but Romo. Now, for those out there that
isn't he in trouble?
Whew.
Isn't he in a little bit of hot water?
Yeah.
I mean, he's good at his job, but isn't he in a little hot water?
Them boys' kicks, man, is 100% right. Dak Prescott and Tony Romo have the identical playoff record. But I don't blame the two of them.
It's the offense.
Let's get to
coaching.
Let's get to hold up. No, well, Kellen Moore's part of the
Kellen Moore and Jason Garrett. Kellen Moore and Jason Garrett both.
If you listen to my man Game Time, and he'll point it out. What you have to understand is every inch, every yard, every foot counts. And because of the way we run our offense with so many comeback and stop routes, we don't get yards after catch, okay? We just don't. When you have comeback routes, which means the wide receiver is running downfield, he's stopping and he's turning around and he's running back to the quarterback. His momentum is going backwards, which means he's got to stop and then go the other direction. You also get the defensive player. He's seeing you're stopping and going and he's chasing you. Your momentum is going the wrong way.
Oh.
Okay? So we get catches, but you're not getting that big gain. Because, see, a lot of times you see a 60-yard touchdown pass by Pat Mahomes. It might have been a 7-yard out that they were able to catch the ball in stride and take it to the house. We don't see that with that play design of Kellen Moore. It's not that it's a bad play design, but you got to be able to use that and mix it with other things. And I still believe that his sphincter muscle, like Jason Garrett, gets like this when it comes to playoffs because he got no playoff experience. His sphincter muscle gets this tight. He ain't had no playoff wins with the Lions and the Cowboys. How do you think he's going to be able to coach something he's never done, something he's never been part of? You can't. You can't. You know what, Hampton?
I don't remember asking you a goddamn.
I don't know how you say choking would have been losing to the Lions to get into the playoffs. That's choking. Choking would be 7-8. I'm sorry, 8-7. We win. We're in the playoffs. to a division rival. That's choking. Playing against a team that clearly is better coached with better players on the road with 2.5 days less time to rest is not choking. It's not choking. Because if you think it's choking, why don't you carry your ass out on that field and let's see how you do with that shit. Let's see how you do with that shit. I'm serious. I love how people who can't bust a grape think they have the nerve to tell somebody else they suck. You suck, man. You suck. You couldn't even think about doing what any of those guys are doing. Let's be clear here. Let's be clear here. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Hampton. So last year, whoa. So last year when he had Devontae Adams, who was a better wide receiver than we've ever had, and he was MVP, playing at home to the same team we lost to the week before last year. The bad man that's supposed to be able to elevate his team, he had no touchdown passes and 150 yards passing, where Jimmy Garoppolo only had 106 and he lost. And we're saying that the Cowboys had better talent. Am I right on that? Am I right on that? Because believe it or not, the Green Bay Packers offensive line was rated in the top 10. The Cowboys in win rate this year, in fact, the last 3 years, haven't been above 23. They were 28th. That means there were 27 teams that were better with their offensive line. 27 teams that were better with their offensive line. And I can guarantee you there were a lot of teams that were better with the wide receiver core. And now let me go back to where I've been trying to get to is the real problem. And that is one Jerry Jones.
Yeah, he's his worst enemy.
Jerry Jones, first of all, not understanding the difference between what the Rams did and the Eagles did. The Rams basically took every draft pick they had and we said, we're getting everybody right now and we're going to build a team and we're going to win the Super Bowl. They did that. He forgot about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that got Tom Brady and Gronk and everybody at Ndamukong Suh and all these guys where they did the same thing too. Yeah. The Eagles, instead of going to get older talent, to their credit, they got younger talent. Now we'll see how they do with the free agents and stuff and retaining the team.
About Davis,
but they have definitely put guys on the field.
Davis,
okay,
they bust.
The Eagles go out, they end up getting.
Davis might be a bust.
Getting a great wide receiver. We get rid of two. We get rid of our first and our second. Well, we got rid of our first and our third wide receivers. And we say Jalen Tolbert is a replacement for him.
You throwing him out to the Wolves?
No, I'm just saying. I'm not. Look. I'm telling you that Jerry Jones sold to us that a 3rd-round draft pick was going to replace Cedric Wilson or Amari Cooper. Yeah, I'm not saying anything bad because I don't expect a wide receiver as a rookie as a 3rd-round draft pick to come out and get 1,000 yards. You don't. You don't.
Yeah, so many wide
But that's what Jerry Jones told us.
Yeah, so many wide receivers. He had a chance to sniff the field.
We had a lot of receivers, but I don't know we had a lot of good receivers.
I didn't say they were good.
Okay. And when you got a chance to sniff the field, now that's not to say maybe he takes a step this year.
I think he will.
But see, this is where Jerry Jones.
Think he will.
This is where Jerry Jones is basically saying, I look at what the Eagles did and the Rams did, and I'm not sure that that's the thing to do because it's putting all your eggs. And I'm looking at the long term. What the long term? You know what it feels like? It feels like a long term. You're right. It feels like a prison sentence being a Cowboys fan waiting for a damn Super Bowl. You're right. You got us here for the long term. We are serving 50 years to life, waiting for the next Super Bowl. Because, I like being kind of right there in the middle. And guess what? Guess what, Jerry?
Cares about the dollar bill.
What you're doing there in the front office is keeping us right there in the middle. We'll make the playoffs one year, maybe get a victory here, but and then we might miss them. But we're right there in the middle there. We're not the bottom, and we're not at the top. We're right there in the middle, and so we're expecting the same shit. It's literally when you do the same thing and not have success, and continue to do the same thing and expecting a different result, it is the definition of insanity. It just is. But at least they got rid of Kellen Moore. At least we did that. But it doesn't mean anything if we don't go out and get some more talent together.
It doesn't mean anything if we just make it to the divisional round of the playoffs.
But it's so funny. It's so funny. I remember sitting here about this time last year and listening to Mike McCarthy talking about the players seem nervous for the game, and sitting here, we lost to San Francisco at home, and how bad we felt and everything else, and then you had Jerry Jones's finding out at the paternity suit, and then there was of course Amari Cooper being traded, and then we didn't have enough money to sign our punter, who was an all-pro, and then Cedric Wilson signs with Miami, and then there was the whole Randy Gregory thing. And I remember us sitting here saying, this is the worst off-season in the history of the Cowboys, that everything went wrong. Right? Do you remember that?
This
I remember
the worst off-season.
Well, no, hold on. But so I'm trying to understand, if we all sat here, this is a real question. This is a real question for you Dak haters out there. Seriously. If we were disappointed last year losing to San Francisco, and we have the worst offseason, as most people will say, in the history of the Dallas Cowboys, where we got rid of players and didn't replace them in kind, while other teams like the Eagles went out there and were very aggressive at getting people. How is this season a disappointment? How is this season then Dak choked? If you had talent right here last year and lost, and you reduced the talent to here, you can't expect to be better with lesser talent.
We were sold a bill of goods. We should have at least made it to a championship round of the playoffs.
Hampton.
We have not.
Hampton, you know why he's holding on to the ball? Because there's not a lot of options. There's not a lot of options. Hampton, I'm going to be honest with you. If he had great wide receivers that he wasn't able to get the ball to more than just one, if you give him more options in an offensive line that's protecting him, there you go. Julian, the worst offseason led to the second straight 12-5 season and a playoff win. Go figure. Exactly.
It's worse. I think it's worse.
We
were sold a bill of goods.
But why were we so? No, we were stupid.
To a championship round of the playoffs.
Who said that? How can you look at what happened last offseason and say we lose to San Francisco? We lose to San Francisco. We then lose Amari Cooper. We lose Cedric Wilson. We say we're going to, we're Dennis Houston. He's going to be a starter for us. Jalen Tolbert. How about that guy? Right? You lose Tyron Smith before training camp even ends, and have a rookie left tackle
who actually played really good.
He played okay. He's still got a ways to go.
He played good.
Okay. You have all those. You had one of your best pass rushers ends up, going to Denver to smoke weed. You lost a starting tackle. You lost a starting guard. How is it now we look and say, oh, that's a championship team? That was us being stupid and falling for Jerry Jones's bullshit.
Exactly.
Because
That
here's
bill
what
of
they
goods
do.
ain't sold us.
Here's what they do, and they're doing it right now. They do what they always do, which is sell airtime and ads. Because right now they're killing the Cowboys. Oh my God, fire Mike McCarthy. They should have went for Sean Payton. And you guys all fall in. Man, why didn't we go get Sean Payton? You mean Sean Payton, who last time he won a Super Bowl and he's only won one, was before Mike McCarthy, who had a Hall of Fame quarterback, a great defense, and he couldn't get it done? You mean this guy who also was 7-9 4 years in a row?
And he goes to Denver.
That we should have gone out and gotten him and spent a first and a second
to get a
because
third,
of course that'll fix it.
To get a third back.
That'll fix it.
To get a third back the following year.
Okay, come on, you guys aren't even sitting in reality.
And they get a third back next year, the following draft.
No lineman wasn't protecting Dak. He's being sacked. YouTube is full of Cowboy fans crying and breaking TV. And you know what? That shit is that is the dumbest shit ever.
No, it's fake.
It is. It is. Cause you notice you don't ever see like that 85-inch, big brand. You know that
it's
shit.
Like a little TV.
That shit.
Like,
listen,
it's like a TV like this.
You know exactly.
It's a small television.
Especially when they got two different angles of it. Because they've waited till after the game was over. Okay, the game's over. Let's rewind it. Okay, let's bring in the old TV that we're replacing. It's always one of those, about 42-inch TVs. You can tell that it's about this thick and everything else. Or the guy's carrying it out in his garage and throwing it in. Come on. That was no expensive TV. That shit was staged, man. Get original.
That's
Michael going through the floor at the Red Brick House. Boom. Okay, there you go. That's new. But come on, stop breaking the damn TVs.
The clearance special one.
I'm serious.
Black Friday special.
Black Friday, Walmart, $99 TV, okay? That's got no speakers. Come on.
Break your 80-inch television and come back at me.
There you go, Ronnie Young. Shout out to Ronnie Young because he's like, when Dak Prescott got hurt, you remember Stephen A. Smith? The season's over. The season's over. Okay? Now, here was the thing. They killed us all off season. They told us our draft sucked, that we didn't do anything to help our team. But somehow, magically, by first week of the season, this is a talented team. This is a Super Bowl contending team. And you guys bought into it. You listened to Jerry Jones telling you, hey, we know what we're doing. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing, Jerry. You don't. Love you, bro. But you don't know what you're doing. The fact that either Stephen Jones is lying to us or he is the blindest person out there. Blindest. We want to bring Zeke Elliott back because, we in our mind, he hasn't lost a step.
What about the
Stephen Jones? Did you just come down here with NPC, as an alien? Now, I'm not going to say that Zeke Elliott, the short yardage, he got it. Protecting Dak Prescott, boom, you got it.
But what is it?
But there's no way in the world that you can look at Zeke and say that Zeke hasn't lost some steps from 3, 4, 5 years ago. I'm sorry.
I want my 10.9 back. I want my 10.9 million back. Come on.
Well,
if that's if make them do first cut, you still own about 6, but I'll take the.
And here's the thing that I'm still kind of like. Is it still cold in Dallas? Is it still iced over? Is it? Because I'm in. It's cold. It got cold today. It's going to be down like 10 degrees tonight.
And I got to change the battery in the morning.
But is it cold as hell and snowing in Dallas still? Because I think we're getting a snow job again. Because I'm sitting here. No. Because here's what we do.
Snow job.
The whole Odell Beckham Jr. thing. Okay? That's one of those ones that gets you excited. So, oh my God. We got... Hold up. Let me grab my football. Oh my God. We got Odell. He gonna be one-handed catches. Yo, bro. That's another one of those sale jobs. Sale jobs. Odell's going to be 31 years old. Back-to-back knee surgeries on the same knee. A knee that they screwed up on the first surgery, had to miss a whole year to get it back on the second. You know what happens when you get knee injuries and you get older? It takes longer to recover. You're never still quite the same. Take a look at Michael Gallup from the year before to where he was this year.
He took a step back.
Now this is where you're full of shit. When you say, we're okay with what we did with the Michael, with getting rid of Amari Cooper. We looked at it and said that $21 million, we were better off spending that money elsewhere and things. Oh. And we were proud of the team we put on the field. Well, I tell you what, hold on. You spent $11 million for Dalton Schultz. You spent $12 million for Michael Gallup right there. And you spent another $6 million on dead money for him. By my calculation, that is $28 million to save 15. Were we a better team with Dalton Schultz and Michael Gallup as opposed to Amari Cooper?
Or even Cedric Wilson?
I'll wait.
Or even Cedric Wilson?
I'll wait. And on top of it, you only got a 5th-round draft pick? Come on, man. Well, I wish you would just, I would feel better if instead of you bullshitting me and giving me a snow job, you just said, you know what? We just messed that one up.
Well, we all know.
We just messed that up.
No. That was more of ego.
Okay, Hampton?
That was more of ego.
Okay, hold Dak accountable. Okay, I'll hold Dak accountable if you hold Kellen Moore. If you hold the offensive line, if you hold the receivers like Noah Brown, hold everybody on the offense. And more importantly, the man who was in charge of putting Kellen Moore as the play caller, the man who was also there in charge of getting rid of Amari Cooper, the man who was also in charge of getting rid of Cedric Wilson, the man who said Jalen Tolbert, he's going to be, we see special things with Jalen Tolbert coming out. Come on, man.
I think he'll take a step this year, but you can't say that he's better than what we had the year before.
We're hating on Dak and the Dallas Cowboys. Hit the like button and support Mark Holmes. Shout out to Mike. I appreciate that. But, again, Dak Prescott haters, if you want to fight, come on. Bring it on. We can fight all off season. We can fight all off season. We can. And Hampton, you're new here. You might be AKA Stan. I get it. Because, you're stealthy. You're getting stealthy now. Pick and pop, J-Ron Curse. J-Ron Curse has had shoulder surgery this past week. But now, it's now time for Jerry Jones to figure out what we're going to do with mediocrity this year. We believe in our own guys. Okay. The second thing I started doing is, should they stay or should they go? And I've been looking at players, some of the free agents that we have, and I'm trying to do one a day on whether or not we should keep them or they should go. Yesterday I was talking about Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush may actually get you some value. I know a lot of fans say, get rid of Dak and keep Cooper Rush. But here's the thing. Andy Dalton, when he left us, he went to Chicago, and I think he signed a $10 million deal, in which case we got a 5th-round compensatory pick. I think you might get a contract like that for Cooper Rush. The amazing thing is, Geno Smith. This is crazy to me. For all those out there that are hating on Dak, let me do this. Let me show you something.
Smith Is demanding the same money that
well, hold on.
per year.
Okay. Hold up. We talk about Dak Prescott and his, he's getting $40 million a year. He's actually got on the cap 17 his first year on that contract and 19. But be that as it may, I want you to take a look at this because they're talking about for Geno Smith that his market value is $39.5 million.
Which is about what Dak Prescott getting per year, the average.
Right. But I want you to look. Now, this past year was a good year. He had 69.8% completion percentage, right? 4,282 yards, 30 TDs, 11 interceptions. Okay? Right? But take a look at the rest of his career.
The rest of his career is a backup.
His rookie year, he had 12 TDs and 21 interceptions. The next year, he was 13-13. 13 TDs, 13 interceptions. The other years, he didn't play much.
Yeah, he was a backup.
He was basically a backup.
Until this year.
But that number's right there that we're talking about $40 million for those kinds of numbers.
He was with the Chargers for a minute.
Like I said, Lamar Jackson is about to be $52 million.
When did Geno go to the Chargers for a minute?
No. Geno, no. No.
He went to the Chargers for a minute. Actually, for 2 seasons.
Dak got the Cowboys further than the Seattle Seahawks in the playoffs. But, okay. But be that as it may, so are you saying that Geno Smith is the answer? No. Is that what we're saying? And
Smith only had one good year.
And did you take a look?
One good year.
Did you take a look at his division they played in this year? He had the Rams and the Cardinals in that division.
Wait.
And they didn't play a first-place schedule. They played a fourth-place schedule because they were in the basement last year. So I will also say Geno had not one good receiver, but had 2. Okay? So you look at that. No. Sorry. Sorry, Stan. Sorry, Stan.
DJ Metcalf.
Sorry. Doesn't hold water. But that's okay. If you'd rather go ahead and get rid of Dak and pay Geno Smith the same amount a year, you can do that. Just take the, $49 million dead money hit. Okay? Just take that $49 million dead money hit, pay Geno.
And doesn't get back making on June 1st.
Pay Geno $40 million a year. There you go. Because Geno will get you the Super Bowl. Because Lamar Jackson at $52 million, he'll get you the Super Bowl.
So you say you give up $80 million just for
Geno.
For Geno, if you cut Dak or more. That's ridiculous.
Thank you, bro. I'm glad. You know what? Y'all made me feel good because we actually have some fans that have knowledge. We scored 30 points a game in the toughest division in football, mind you. Yeah. Okay.
Washington was even
with no year. Receivers, no outstanding tight end, and y'all saying the quarterback sucks.
And then you talking about Geno Smith.
Come on, man.
Cost you 80 plus.
Come on, man.
80 plus for Geno. It doesn't get any better if you make Dak Prescott June first cut because he's still paying about 40.
The hate is real. Dak carried the team as far as he could. Needs weapons in the playoffs. And you need a coach whose sphincter muscle doesn't do this in the playoffs either, too. All right, so back to my original premise here, because I read actually last night an interesting thing. Now, you always read, okay, first of all, any player out there that a team wants to trade or get rid of, immediately they'll say, the Cowboys have interest, or, it's going to, we already heard that with Jalen Ramsey. Oh, the Cowboys should trade for Jalen Ramsey. Man, okay, whatever. But I saw that the Washington Commanders might be interested in signing Dalton Schultz. Would you believe Dalton Schultz's market value is $15 million?
And what does that get us?
It's game time. Are you still here?
The question is, what does that get us in return?
That's the real thing. And this is where
letting the man go if he gets something in return.
But hold on.
Like a pick?
That's and here's why the Cowboys won't be busy in free agency. Because they covet those compensatory picks. See, here's the thing. let's say Dalton Schultz does sign with Washington for $15 million. If we don't sign somebody a contract in like terms, I think it's May 15th, I think is the deadline. If we don't sign somebody to a like free agent contract
by May 15th,
I think May 15th, then we'll get a compensatory pick by the value.
So
and a $15 million deal might be a 4th round draft pick.
Okay. We got.
So
Mr.
Jerry
Prescott.
Jones and them will say, we believe in value. We can not pay that guy. We can let him go, and we can get ourselves another pick that we can get somebody cheap, because that's the value move.
Yeah, we got Dak Prescott that way with Murray.
Yeah, but see, the problem is just like the snow job I'm saying with Odell. We always look for a cheap answer. We look at the scratch and dent pile. We look at the discontinued stuff. We look at the Kmart blue light special. And you remember the washing machine that I bought at Lowe's that was originally for the home place? It was on scratch and dent. Oh, man, it had a dent on the side of it, man. And it was like half price. Like, yeah, man, I'm happy about that thing. Got that thing home, and within like 2 months, it died. Called repairman. Man, I can't fix this thing. Scratch and dent. We got an Eagle fan doing this. You know what? I tell you what. Shout out to the Eagle fans. What Twan Eagles.
Shout out to
you. You need a call-in show to get different opinion. I don't want nobody else's opinion. I want my opinion. This is my house. Okay, I'm gonna be opinionated. I hate the Eagles, but you Eagle fans, some of y'all all right. Okay, some of y'all all right.
Something that we didn't do.
Dak is very inaccurate. You know what? Hampton.
Yeah, twice.
Hampton, you know,
to one.
I'm tired of it because I know you're Stan. Admit it, you're Stan. You're Stan. You have no real comments. Okay, no, all you have is just hate. How about this? Listen to me, all you Dak Prescott haters.
Hey.
Okay. Let me ask you this. You get married, right? And you have a wife. You find out there's a couple things you didn't know when you got married. You know, like maybe she blows up the bathroom. You know, right? Yeah. This shit stinks too.
Yeah, but I've done that before too.
Okay, I know. Okay, or maybe she snores. Okay, or maybe she has a certain way that she likes. You know, the dishes put away in the house, and you know, can be a little edgy. You know, at times. You know, the hormone. Do you just go ahead and say, "Oh, go, you're fired. You're fired," and just start all over, or do you try and work the differences? Like, you know, okay, we got another bathroom, so when she blows up, I can go elsewhere. You know, right?
Bathroom.
You know, maybe she snores a lot. Hey, we're gonna get a fan, so we get that white noise to cover up the fan, right? Or you learn to say, okay, this is the way she likes things, so I'm gonna put the shit like that. You work to make things better. That's what you do. So here's the thing. You can dream about Aaron Rodgers just like we did to start the show, where Aaron Rodgers talks to, you know, when they say, well, are you going to go to San Francisco? I'm not going to San Francisco. You know, you're going to put a star in your helmet and he hits the golf ball and people get excited. Oh, we're going to get Aaron Rodgers. Okay, that's not going to happen.
Aaron Rodgers.
That's not going to happen.
He's not coming to
I know he's not. Let me finish my point, son. I'm so happy you're back, though.
He hates Mike
But
McCarthy.
you can go through and say, let's go get a Lamar Jackson. Well, guess what?
2 knee injuries.
Guess what? We ain't got the money, and we got cheapskates. They're not going to get rid of Dak Prescott at $40 million and pay him $52. That's not going to happen.
That's almost
it's not going to happen.
That's close to $100 million.
So here's what you're going to do. You're married to Dak Prescott. There's no divorce. It's till death do you part. So what do? You fix that shit. You fix that shit. You can't tell me that last year that Jalen Hurts was looked at as an elite quarterback that could elevate a team to win because they lost to Tampa Bay. So you know what they did in their marriage. They went ahead and they said, okay, this is the way the dishes, she likes to have them stacked up. I want to make sure I put the bowls on this side, not on that side. Okay? Right? She liked the bed made up every morning. She liked she likes this piece folded over, and she likes all these I hate all these damn pillows. I don't want these pillows. But you know what? It works in the marriage. Big Wade, Mark, if you could go back 3 years and went to the Super Bowl potentially with Brady on a contract, I'm not dealing with that. I'm not. Why? Why are you causing yourself more pain? You can't deal with nothing that happened 5 minutes ago or 3 years ago. Listen, I'm trying to find a solution for now. I don't need to go through all that litany of shit.
What ifs?
Right? I don't need, for what? If I could have. Okay, you know what? Hey, what if the Cowboys had drafted Randy Moss? Oh, jam. What if we had drafted Pat Mahomes? Oh, but it didn't happen. So why talk about it? Why talk about it? So let me go back to my original point. The Eagles, they looked and they said, we don't know if Jalen Hurts is the guy. That's what they honestly said. And Philly 500 is like, well, see, if Jalen Hurts is good, then we got a chance, but I don't know about that guy. So what did they do? What did they do?
Put pieces around him.
Thank you.
Got a few pieces for that defense.
They said, let's make the best of this marriage. Let's go get A.J. Brown. Let's make sure our offensive line is as good as it can be. Let's get some more running backs in here. Let's do everything we can to support the marriage so that way we ain't got to cheat. That way we ain't got to worry about sleeping on the couch. That's what you do. You can't think that all you got to do is change the quarterback. You're going to the Super Bowl because you're stupid if you believe that. This is the same shit we were dealing with Tony Romo. You can't see that? Are you blind? It's exactly the same thing. We either won or we lost with Tony Romo's arm, and it's the same thing with Dak Prescott until the Joneses realize we have to buy free agents. We can't just draft our way to a Super Bowl. We got to top it off with the cherry. We got to top it off with the cherry. We have to go spend some money. Mark, you preached Brady was done 3 years ago. But see, here's the thing, though, Big Wade. You can't just say Brady because Brady didn't do it by himself. He brought a Hall of Fame tight end with him. They went out and got guys like Ndamukong Suh. They brought in free agents to go along with it. We ain't never, tell me one time we have done shit to help our quarterback. One time was when we brought in Amari Cooper, and we went from having 183 yards passing the first 7 games of the season to 250. It's not like it hasn't been proven before. If you picked up 75 yards passing by adding a receiver, why would you think that taking one away is going to have the same effect? Come on, Wade. You know you're my bro. I still appreciate you getting me that ticket that time and everything else. But come on. You can't take talent away and then expect the quarterback to do more. Start believing in Cooper. Oh, okay. An Eagle fan says start believing in Cooper Rush. You mean the guy who threw 3 picks to you guys? Okay, gotcha. Anyway, have you enjoyed being back here tonight? I know you'd rather be back there with da-da-dun, da-da-dun.
Damn, Gina.
No, look, it ain't like I don't work all day and all night and everything. If you hate Prescott, you can't be much of a Cowboy fan. Mr. Snuffy. Mark, if you're good boy, I'll let you overpay for Miles Sanders. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Nah, I'm good on that one. But we got a lot of tough decisions to make. And I'm still kind of wondering, although my man DMV kind of put it out there too, and actually it makes 100%. I still think the Cowboys are going to basically have Brian Schottenheimer as their shout out to Johnson. Dak should flourish with the West Coast offense. Actually, that's what I'm excited about. Because if nothing else, we should gain more yards from just giving the guys the ball in space. Just simply that we're not doing curl routes all the damn time. That at least when they get the ball, they're going to be doing slant routes and things where they're going to pick up yards. So, yeah, I think it's actually going to be good. Now I lost what was I talking about? You know I'm getting old in dementia.
Ball in the space.
But before that, pause.
I don't.
Y'all, please forgive me. I have to place an order for 2 hat racks for a damn dead Eagles fan. I'm done. Oh, wait, you need 2 hat racks? Tay? Oh, man. Tay, email me. I'll give you a discount on it. Oh, my God. Hat racks. Unfortunately, I have the Eagles colors.
Well, it's NFC East. I mean,
still.
You have all the NFC East colors. I mean, it's NFC East.
Still. I'll get working. I think I have the backers for that. So we just have to, the rack part of it. So we just have to paint the footballs the colors. Damn. It's all good. It's all good, Tay. We don't discriminate here.
It's okay. I got to change the battery in the morning.
Okay. They said put Cooper Rush in.
Can we throw one down, man? Can we throw one ball?
All right. Dak has played like ass today.
What the hell, Dak? Put Cooper in the game. Put Cooper in the game. Put Cooper in the game.
Wow, man.
You gonna play like ass, Dak? Put Cooper in the game.
Okay.
Put Cooper in the game.
Yeah.
This last time what was that? What was that? What was that? I need Cooper.
I'm going to say.
He was throwing directly to the defense.
I feel like that guy. I feel like that guy right now. I have to say it. Terrible game by Dak Prescott. That was a stupid throw.
I think you need
stupid throw. What a bad play. Stupid throw. Stupid throw. Okay, so put Cooper Rush in and believe in Cooper Rush. Is that what we're saying? Okay. Oh, man, you're getting sick again. I guarantee that we will be the number 1 seed this year. All right, so you know what? If you can't laugh at yourself, then you just can't laugh. And, yeah. Marco, whoever. How many people here think Mark is in love with Dak and not the Cowboys? Listen, I'm going to go back to my original premise. We're married to Dak. Whether you want to get rid of him or not, we can't. Casey Stewart, what's up, Casey? Can't get rid of him. So you got to make the best of what you got. I hate to say it, but we need to be more Eagles-like. They supported their quarterback. They got him help, okay? If your child, let me ask you this. If your child is not doing good in school, what do? Do you just let them fail? Or do you say, you know what? I need to get the boy some help. Let me get him a tutor, okay? Let me get somebody who understands how to help him, right? Maybe you put him in one of those, after-school classes. What's up, Crazy Corvette? Better late than never. You do things to help your child to compete. Same thing with the quarterback. And for those out there who think, I don't love the Dallas Cowboys, you know what? Excuse me. Joseph Heatherly, turn this off. Joseph, turn the volume down. Anybody who questions my loyalty and love for the Dallas Cowboys can kiss my ass. And please, don't let the door hit you on the way out. Do not come into my house and continue to disrespect me and say he ain't a real Cowboys fan. I challenge your ass to do half of the shit that I do. Don't insult me like that. Don't insult me. I want the Cowboys to win. I truly am sick of waiting. I am sick of taking the bullets for the Cowboys. I am here every damn day. Every day, listening to all these damn Eagles trolls, having jackasses out there making hate videos about me. Every damn day for the Cowboys. So don't you think you can come in here and disrespect me and question my loyalty when your ass is anonymous behind a keyboard. It's real easy on your side from where I'm sitting. And with that, you got anything else to add? We should do a giveaway. And I have some other ones. Can you add these to the drawings? I apologize. I've been a little feisty tonight because I'm happy that I got electricity at the Red Brick House. And I'm so happy my son is back, at least for a short time. You're not going to be here for Super Bowl, are you? See, look at that.
Well, why even watch the Super Bowl? We're not in the Super Bowl. Who cares about the halftime show?
But still.
I don't care about
we might see the Eagles cry. Maybe they'll crash and burn.
Well, Jalen Hurts is MVP. You will be seeing that.
Exactly, Mark. I don't know who can tell you are fed. 44 Tay. Love it. Yeah, don't say Mark is not a Cowboys fan. Mark really eats and breathes cow. You ain't lying about that one, Philadelphia. Yep, they can kiss. Oh, now, Gina, they can't kiss your peaches. They're not good enough to do that. Who cares about the Eagles? Listen,
who cares about the Eagles?
I know it's the Eagles. But guys, we got one game left to the season. That's it.
Unless you're watching
That's it. Then all we got is Jerry Jones. We know what we're doing here. we trust the process here because we like being right here in the middle of everything because we know what we're doing. That's all we got. All right, Mike, who you got?
I have to pick another.
Is it Eastside? Because Eastside too he's scared to take something. Okay.
I can't pick Eastside.
Just Rob, we like you too, man. I'll try not to be so feisty next time. Okay. And maybe I need to cut back on the coffee too. LA Lakers show. You will see Dak flourish in Mike's West Coast offense, and we're going to be better. And you won't see many double teams. The haters are going to eat their words. Well, what they'll do, LA Lakers show, shout out to you, is they'll lie in wait. Big Wade is a winner again. Damn.
Well, you can't give it to Eastside Herald because he's not going to give us his address.
Big Wade, we got his information.
I'm talking about Eastside Herald.
We'll make him a Tom Brady one since that's who we wanted 3 years ago. Mark, am I a Mavs fan? I really don't do much basketball. I just don't have the time to. The Dallas Cowboys are a full-time job in itself. People talk about, YouTube. Listen, don't let nobody fool you. If you are a Dallas Cowboy YouTuber, it's a full damn time job, and it is stressful. Trust me. When you read all the stuff that Jerry Jones is spitting out there, you get stressed the hell out, man. I'm surprised I haven't had a heart attack yet. But let me say from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate all of you great people. And I've got to update our shot glass setting here. I know I got a couple emails from a couple of you who are channel members. We'll get those out. Oh, and let me see if I can read this. Damn tight right. Look how small that writing is.
That's just the way it got
printed. Damn, Tracy, you couldn't blow this shit up.
That's the way it was printed.
Look, let me see if okay. Hiya, Mark. New member here. Just wanted to say I love your channel. I'm a Cowboys fan from far over the pond here in the UK. And as a Dallas Cowboy fan, we are just as hated here as we are in the United States. Gets kind of lonely over here being the only Cowboy fan I know. unfortunately, there's plenty of them damn Eagle fans throughout the area. Anyway, I digress. Love the live videos, and the content makes me feel a bit more connected to the community. I have 2 screens set up on game day, so that way I can stream your live stream and watch the game at the same. I can't. It's too small. It's too small. But appreciate it, James Burnett. Next, I got to figure. Tracy, you got to figure out how to blow this up bigger. Because even with my glasses, I'm still like I can't read it. But that's one of the reasons why I do what I put up with all the bullshit from all you asses out there because of the great fans that are out there. There's so many great ones that I appreciate that are really like family that it's worth listening to the idiots. So get your shot glass ready. Thank you as always, everybody. I appreciate you. Tomorrow we will be doing the Senior Bowl. We'll probably end up having the Zoom call during the Senior Bowl so we can watch some of the prospects together, get your guys' thoughts, and we'll be doing that every Saturday. If you are a channel member, I'll have the link in the community tab so that way you can join. You can come in, you can bitch and moan about the Cowboys or tell us what you feel was good about the team and so on. And let me say, as always, I appreciate each and every one of you. But it's time to turn out the lights. This part is over.
Turn out the lights. The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The party's over. And tomorrow and next year start the same old thing again.